So I don't know what the thumbnail is going to be. I'm assuming it's just going to be me holding it. But yeah, I saw this. I've been wanting to get a bass for the guitar here for a little while, and actually I was just looking and I was like, I don't want to spend a lot of money on it because it's not like I'm any good or I'm like a professional musician or anything like that, and I just wanted to have something to just put the sound in. And I bought that virtual bass, and it's not more trouble than it's worth. It's just that I'm gonna have to sit down and learn it and figure out how I want to integrate it. And I'll still get to that. But if I can just plug in and just copy what I did with the guitar on the bass, just to have that thicker sound, the heavier sound, that's going to be quicker in the short term. I just need time to sit down. I need to just take my laptop and just sit there and plug away on it for like a day and figure it out. Anyway, I've been seeing, I was like, it would be kind of cool to buy one of those guitars that you just put together, and then it's like, oh, do they have a bass that you put together? Oh, they have one on Amazon. It's $60. Because the cheapest bass that I found that was kind of good, I don't know, we're going to find out the quality of this, but that was kind of good was like $200. So I'm like, do I want to spend $200 on that right now? I can spend $50 or $60. That'd be a little bit better. Anyway. Because remember, whenever I talk about, people are like, because I guess when you start making videos long enough, people assume you make money. I don't make a dime. I always say it costs me money to make a video. And here's a perfect example. This video, just this part of the video cost me $59.99 plus tax. Okay, right? So let's look at these pieces. One thing I noticed, it was not terribly heavy. So I'm like, okay, maybe the wood's not too thick, which is not too big of a deal. It shows you all the pieces. An interesting part of this is like you can customize it however you want, which I plan on doing, and that'll be the next part of the video, the next video out of this. It's not too many pieces, and it just has assembly steps here. So if you want to pause and read that. So I definitely need this because I've never done anything like this before. And then I saw that and I'm like, that's kind of a cool bass shape. And it'll just be a bass that I put together, and it'll be a cool video. It'll be something that I can say, I put that one together. And that's why it falls apart anytime I hit it. We'll see. So let's take a look at these parts. There's like all these different shapes. And then I saw this and I'm like, that kind of has a, it kind of has that Tom Araya from Slayer vibe to it. ESP has one of the basses I would really love to buy. If I was like if you guys started giving me money every time I make a video, that's never gonna happen. If I just won the lottery and I was like, oh, I'd buy the Tom Araya bass. It looks really pretty. And then I know it's an LTD, which I love LTD guitars. I've used them for over a decade now. They're great guitars. Then I was like, okay, I really like this shape. I like the way it feels. It's wood, it's solid wood. That's really nice. That's one thing I was like, I wonder if there's going to be like a veneer or something, but no. This is solid wood in there. All the way through. It's not too heavy, but then again, it doesn't really need to be heavy. That heavy at least. All the power is right here in the pickups anyway, and like my hand, all the tone and everything is right here in my hand, and the power and the strength or the signal strength and all that is right here in the pickup, right? So that's cool. I think this is a really nice shape because like I sit down, I don't put on a strap or anything. I haven't played with a strap for years. I might not even know how to do it anymore. I might not. If I played with a strap right now, if you think I suck at guitar, I really would suck if I just played with a strap standing up. Anyway. I always try to get that out of the way, because there's always going to be somebody who says you suck or whatever, and it's like, fine, whatever you say, I'm going to be infinitely more mean to myself than you ever will be. This feels a little unfinished on the fretboard. The next step after assembly, which assembly shouldn't take that long, but like I said, I just wanted to take it out and look at it because, so it's going to be approximately that long. That looks great. Let's just look at this stuff, and then I'm going to just dry fit it together real quick. So here's all my hardware. Pickups, comes with a set of strings, but I was debating on whether or not to buy a set of Diodario for them, just to start, because those are my favorite strings. I've had the best luck with them. I know the strings, and you did it wrong, and blah, 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 because I didn't even openly criticize the Headfield strings. I said maybe you shouldn't buy them, and I had a problem with them. And then everybody was like, you did it wrong. So, okay, that's fine. If anything, it's more of like a way to fool people into engagement, which I really don't care for engagement. Engagement's really bad, typically. Cable and a strap, like I just talked about how I don't use a strap, because I sit all the time when I play guitar. I've never really stood to play. Yeah, pickup, tail piece, the strings terminate here, so it's like a hard tail, and then a back plate and all that good stuff. So that's good. Here's all my hardware. Let's take this out. The plan is to put this together, make sure I can put it together. I was mindful of my addresses on the back, and then I was like, oh wait, my address is, no, you can't see it. Anyway, so this slides into here. I don't want to whack something with it and break something like an idiot. It's a bit tight, which is fine. Okay, there you go. That's what I was looking for, so. Got tone, volume for each set of pickups. I think there's a switch, I forget. This looks a little bit rough, but the thing is, you can put like a finish on it, so that's the other thing I need to buy. So like I said, it costs money. I bought paint for this, and what I want to use, I don't know if I'm going to do all of it, because I just bought a small one just to try out. I don't know if I want to finish the neck either. The neck is a bit rough. I'm going to buy a varnish and varnish the back, the neck, to make it smooth, and the varnish for this to make this pop a little bit better. I'm still thinking about it. Actually, hold on a second. Autofocus is your friend, but it only works if you turn it on. Okay. Varnish that. Varnish the back. And then I bought that paint that's like the blackest black, the blackest pigment you can get. And I don't know if I want to do the whole front, or I was thinking about, I bought some painter's tape to cut the wings, not cut them, but put a piece of painter's tape up to here, like up to here, and put draw like an imaginary line right here and here. Make these parts the blackest black, or make the center black. Maybe make the center black, the blackest black, and then just varnish the rest. Or I found a paint color that's sort of like the Kirk Hammett red, which I love. This red. This is a beautiful red. Even my wife, who doesn't really care about this at all, when I showed her the guitar, she was like, oh, it's so pretty. It's a beautiful red. But yeah, I like the music that I make to sound a little bit bigger and heavier, and putting bass on it is definitely going to make it just add that little oomph of a crunch that I'm looking for. I'm close. The other part would be to actually not suck as a guitarist. That would be to practice, right? That time is getting shorter and shorter as the days pass, but that's another story. So, 24 fret bass, which is kind of interesting. So, just gonna put standard strings on it. I haven't decided if I don't know much about tuning a bass. Like a guitar, you have all these different tunings. You do have alternate tunings for a bass, but you think I suck at guitar and you think I don't know anything about guitar? I know even less about bass. So I'm gonna have to learn bass from the ground up, and that's fun. That's a fun project unto itself. But this is going to be me taking it apart and blah blah blahing about how I don't know anything about bass. It fits really nice, like sitting, because 99% of the time I have my footstool here, and then I'm going to be playing bass like this. So like that, right? Put it together. So the next step is going to be me somewhere that I can put this all together really easily, and then I gotta check on this. I gotta order that stuff because one of the paint is coming today, but I still haven't decided on how I'm gonna paint it fully. But I think two-tone would be kind of cool because I've seen bands that are kind of like but then I was like, oh, they have a pretty guitar. That's a cool guitar. They'll have two-tone, whereas like this will be like, maybe that's what I'm kind of thinking. This will be the black here. The black is black, I'm gonna call it, I guess. And then the wings will be varnished, or so they'll be like a natural wood color. Like you can kind of see my floor color. If I could get the bass the floor color, that would be kind of dope. And I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I think the back of the neck, I think I'm just gonna varnish it, and so it'll be like that color, my floor. And so it'll be smooth too, so when I'm playing I won't get a splinter, and it feels rough, but if you put a varnish on it, that'll obviously take care of it. The frets, it's mostly finished. Like there's some where like it'll give you like the pieces aren't even really cut, and you cut it the way you want it. I don't have the tools to cut it. I guess I have access to them. I could just ask some people that I know, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. I think it should be. Should I play with my fingers? I don't think my fingers are fast enough. Pick, I can get through it with a pick. But yeah, so many things to think about. I'm gonna do that. The next thing you'll see is me putting it together.